Hello, welcome to Pink Ivy Media, and I welcome you very specially to my channel. How are you guys doing today? What's happening at your side? On a very special way, we want to congratulate Nigeria for the new tenure that has begun with Tinubu, and we pray that this tenure will change for the better. It will favor everyone. Very quickly, before I continue, please kindly give this video a thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button, comment if you have anything to comment in this particular gist, and then try to share this video and like. Thank you very much. Now we'll go to the gist of the day. The Olori Naomi revealed the past situation, how the whole gist between her and the Ooni of Ife has been, what made her to leave the palace, why she has been so adamant to come back to the palace, and with the fact that she has made up her mind because of how she endured many things before she left the palace. So, now, what actually happened was because of the fact that the Ooni of Ife has been pursuing and then following the Olori Naomi since that she should come back to the palace so far because of Tadenikawo, and also because of the love he has for Olori Naomi. And we have been told before now, and we have also made so many videos allegedly that we heard the gist allegedly that Olori Naomi has refused bluntly to come back to the palace because of many things that have been happening. So Olori Naomi actually said that he was telling the Ooni of Ife that, like, from the very crash, from the very beginning, that she never wanted to involve herself in this whole stuff of this marriage between her and him, but that it was because of the way he came and the kind of pleading that he was pleading at that time, that he will treat her well and say all manners of things to her, that made her accepted to do this, like be his wife so far. And even when she was in the palace, that a lot of things happened, that she endured so many things. She endured the kind of situations that has was going on in the palace, like the mistresses that were coming into the palace even right under her nose, that she was just enduring things, thinking that things will change for a better. But the more she hoped for things to change for the better, the worse it becomes. And then she kept on enduring things to the point that she couldn't endure again. That all these women that the Ooni of Ife married, even when she left the palace, were women that have been here and there in the palace, prognosing themselves around even when she was in the palace. And it was not done, it didn't go well with her. She was not okay with it. She see it coming that the Ooni of Ife will actually go after these women to get married to them one after the other, in which they will be filled in the palace, and God know that she cannot have the strength to cope with all these people by the time all of those things happen. And we have heard that Olori Naomi, she is a prophetess, so probably she must have gotten the message that Ooni of Ife is going to be getting married to all these many women that are already in the palace at this point. And the way things were going on under her nose, even when she was still at the palace, a lot of women that was coming regarding not regarding her to be the Ooni's wife at that point where she was in the palace. She noticed that this will actually come down. Those are the things that made her to leave the palace. That Ooni of Ife is aware of all of those things, that she endured a lot. She was so patient, hoping that the Ooni of Ife will stop it, but it kept going worse when she was in the palace, according to her, that we heard allegedly. And so that was what made her to, one of the reason among many others, that made her to leave the palace. And for her to leave that palace, before she left the palace, that she actually thought she would endure things. And she stayed back and think everything that is going to happen. She just made up her mind and concluded that there will be no any room for her to stay in that place with all these women by the time all of this happens. And that was why she made up her mind. And her mind she made up was not that she was going to come back to the palace, so that the Ooni of Ife should be aware. And when all of these things were happening, people were also talking online that Olori Naomi was the one who prophesied concerning this marriage, blah blah, and all of that. But what we heard allegedly is not true. Even as in Nigeria, there is no any way that a woman will go after a man like that as Nigeria culture. But apart from that, it's not as if it doesn't happen. But this Olori Naomi's own, it wasn't so at all. It was not so. So you people should stop saying what you don't know. So that's the thing. They kept saying all of this, and Olori Naomi kept reviewing all of these things to the Ooni of Ife that he should remember before he left the palace. He made it very clear that she is not going to come back. She is going, and she's going for good, never to come back to the palace. So all those one that the Ooni of Ife is coming over how many months, sending people here and there, his dad, his brothers, many people coming to plead for her to come back, that she has already told him that when she leaves the palace, that she is not going to come back. And that was the final word that she actually put in the hands of Ooni of Ife. So the Ooni of Ife should stop coming for her, that it will not going to happen, that she will not grant the request of Ooni of Ife wanting her to come back to the palace for no reason. That as a matter of fact, at this point, where there are already 6 women in the palace, where could be her position at this point? That it was what she was scared of that made her leave, and it has happened already. So Ooni of Ife wants her to come back to the palace. Where does he want her to be? What number of wife does he want her to be? Like, come and be the second, from first to second, or what? And she kept saying all of these things to the Ooni of Ife, making the Ooni of Ife to understand that no matter what happens, she is never coming back to the palace again. My correct people. And I was like, wow, if these are the things that have happened, that means the Olori Naomi have actually made up her mind. I am not very sure she's actually coming back. So the Ooni of Ife at this point should try to do away with the Olori Naomi, because Olori Naomi was actually saying that the fact that she left the palace does not mean that the Ooni of Ife will not have anything to do with the son. That is his son, that anytime, any day, he wants the attention of the son, that he can always get it. So, but for her to come back to the palace, that it will not happen anymore. All she wanted was the Ooni of Ife to free her from this traditional whatever they've done on her that has held her down. The Ooni of Ife to free her, that's her request, so that she can go. But wanting her to come back, that it's not going to be possible again. So that's the gist. So my correct people, please drop your comment what you think about this gist as we go to get more gist to come back. Thank you.